privileged to introduce to you our guest of honor and keynote speaker, the chairperson of the Committee on Foreign Relations of the Senate of the Philippines, the Honorable Senator Loren Legarda.
Good morning to all of you. The chair of the 21st ASEAN Regional Forum for Heads of Defense Universities, Colleges, Institutions meeting, and president of the National Defense College of the Philippines, my alma mater, Rear Admiral Roberto Estioco. Thank you. The co-chair of the 21st ARF HDU-CIM and the president of the National Institute for Defense Studies in Japan, Mr. Tetsuo Yamamoto. The ARF heads of universities, colleges, institutions, and members of your delegations, my classmate and dear friend, Undersecretary, newly installed Commodore Gloria Mercado, raise your hand. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As an alumna of the National Defense College of the Philippines, I am deeply honored to address the 21st ASEAN Regional Forum of the Heads of Defense Universities, College, and Institutions. And even if I'm in the midst of grueling meetings as chair of the Finance Committee, scrutinizing the 3.7 trillion budget of our country, I could not say no, because I believe that it is essential to be here with all of you who have converged in Manila to share knowledge and best practices and to fortify cooperation in defense and security education. The 21st ARF HDU-CIM is held at a time when Southeast Asia and the broader Asia-Pacific region celebrates a historical milestone. This year marks the golden jubilee of the ASEAN. For 50 years, ASEAN has served as a catalyst of peace, stability, growth, prosperity in our region. The Bangkok Declaration of 1967, which founded ASEAN, underscored that, and I quote, "In an increasingly interdependent world, the cherished ideals of peace, freedom, social justice, economic well-being are best attained by fostering good understanding, neighborliness, meaningful cooperation among countries of the region." Unquote. ASEAN, as its founders envisioned it, is doing just that, anchored on the political, security, economic, and social cultural pillars. ASEAN is building a community in which nations live in harmony, security, and development. Beyond the immediate Southeast Asian region, ASEAN is at the forefront in shaping the multilateral architecture of Greater Asia-Pacific. Guided by the principle of open regionalism, ASEAN's goal is to promote an inclusive political, economic, and security environment where every country, regardless of size, wealth, or status, plays a key role in reaching the region's full potential. The ASEAN Regional Forum, founded in 1994, is a testament on this auspicious occasion, and it's truly a distinct honor, therefore, for the Philippines to be here today. Inspired by the organization's success in fostering a platform for dialogue and cooperation, the Philippines, as chair, has chosen the theme, "Partnering for Change, Engaging the World." Fleshing out this theme and to contribute in addressing regional concerns on a whole range of issues, I have to just briefly revisit my enriching journey as a young student taking up my master's in National Security Administration at the National Defense College of the Philippines, still in Fort Bonifacio, where BGC, or the fort, is now, 25 years ago, with Undersecretary Mercado. At the time, I was a young journalist, a media practitioner, say with pride that indeed my depth of perception and appreciation of issues prepared me best with the crafting of policy in the Senate as a 3-term senior senator now, especially in security, in environment, in climate, and global security, among others, which I've been championing all these years, if not decades. Thus, I support, with the same resolve, the 6 thematic priorities which the Philippines identified as guide for the various initiatives that has been and will be pursued under our chairmanship. First, a people-oriented and people-centered ASEAN, which focuses on the social well-being of our people. Second, peace and stability, which underscores the need to resolve conflicts and disputes peacefully, as well as the need to combat common security challenges. Third, maritime security and cooperation, which emphasizes the need to resolve maritime disputes through dialogue and the rule of law. Fourth, inclusive, innovation-led growth, which emphasizes the advancement of trade and commerce and helping and supporting micro and small and medium enterprises. Fifth, a resilient ASEAN, the promotion of which is vital in view of the climate crisis. Sixth, ASEAN as a model of regionalism, a global player. Distinguished guests, the ARF HDU CIM has an important role to play in this regard. Established in 1997, it is a Track 1 platform that brings together the head of defense universities, colleges, institutions of a diverse grouping of 27 countries, including the European Union. This year's theme, Defense Policy or Diplomacy through Education and Research, Building Confidence, Enhancing Engagement. It's indeed very timely. As components of defense diplomacy, education, and research contribute in the overall objective of peace and stability in the region in 3 important ways. First, education and research foster greater understanding among defense and security leaders of countries. Indeed, the strategic outlook of defense officials is significantly honed in educational and research institutions. Thus, interactions among these institutions help bridge understanding of issues and establish friendly ties. Manila aims to establish a Philippine Center of Excellence in Development and Security in this regard. Second, education and research serve as means of engaging counterparts in the region. Defense and security officials were given the opportunity to study abroad, not only gain new knowledge, but also serve as a channel for engaging foreign counterparts in order to broaden perspectives. Third, education and research are powerful conduits in building confidence. The goodwill forged in cooperating on education and research can eventually spill over in other possible areas of cooperation. These 3 principles clearly highlight the crucial role played by education and research in the broader context of defense diplomacy. That is why our MNSA Class 27 of 1992-93, proudly silver jubilarians next year, took the lead in the establishment of the Philippine Center for Excellence in Defense Development and Security as a response to the call for more responsive security sector governance. And I commit to help in the resource generation as chairman of the Committee on Finance in the Senate to make it operational this year. I'm also giving priority to the refining of my previous bill on the establishment of the National Defense University, now more focused and retrofitted to a Philippine Defense University system that will unite the various defense educational units of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Department of National Defense. Fortifying Unifying these institutions will likewise expand the platform for international cooperation as a crucial component in addressing the vital or the various traditional and non-traditional security concerns, including natural hazards and climate change. The Philippine Senate has been and is supportive of ASEAN's initiatives. Indeed, the Senate has concurred in various ASEAN agreements, including the agreement on the establishment of the ASEAN Coordinating Center for Humanitarian Assistance on Disaster Management and the ASEAN Convention on Counter-Terrorism Act. ASEAN, too, is that part of the world where women have taken on leadership positions in their countries. It is hoped inclusion of more women in the security sector be part of your discussions in this forum. For after all, we women hold half, and I would say more than half the sky. In closing, please allow me to convey my highest commendation to this august body in celebrating its 20th founding anniversary. Your annual conference complements the broader regional efforts in strengthening the regional security architecture through dialogue and cooperation. And before I say goodbye, I would just like to take note that our representative from Timor-Leste is here, and I hope that while the Philippines is chair of ASEAN, this can be heavily discussed because I am certain there is no opposition to the inclusion of Timor-Leste as a member of ASEAN because they have been applying for membership even before 2010. And so our small neighbor in the region, I hope I'm not speaking ahead of our Department of Foreign Affairs and breaking protocol. So I welcome you here. So it is in this spirit that I wish the delegates of the 21st ARF HBUCIM all the success. And I am honored, inspired,